Alright, so it's New Year's Eve, getting late in the day. I had to do we were grouting my shower and took longer, and we had cousins over, so we got a couple hours left to work. Going back to this job where we're gonna do the gutters, but ended up we're replacing the fascia and maybe part of the soffit. So got my materials last night for that. So we got a 33 foot of 5-inch gutter here. Some 2x6s. I have to go rip those down to 5.5 inch. 2x3 to put off of the trusses where some of those are a little bit rotted. So I went ahead and actually bought a driver set for the little rigid impact driver that I now have. Yeah, never thought I would spend the money on one of them. Here it is. Home Depot. Got the Milwaukee driver set. It was 25 bucks. I figured what I really wanted was an extension here. I could have used that taking all these gutters down where they'd throw in screws through the gutters, not to the hangers. And yeah, I could have really used that. But anyway, if you get a few bits or the extension for like 10 bucks, and then a couple of these, you're gonna be at 25 bucks real soon. So I think I actually saved money with this. I didn't really want to spend the money on it, but I think it'll be nice. So I got all my bits here. Go with that one. The longer one's over here. Phillips, the Torx, and the Allen. Mainly for the extension and 6-inch extension. I think I'll use that a lot. And then, you know, most of your nuts, like the sheet metal screws, are the 1/4 inch or 5/16, and this has both, and they're all magnetic too, so that's going to be handy. And then this too, since I have the impact driver now, it'll be a 3/8 drive, and I can use any of my sockets on that. And then my handy little, there we go, I got the ridgid impact driver, quick release. So first job I've used it on. I'm gonna try and use it screwing everything together today and see how I like it. And I've never liked the Torx screws or anything like that, but I went out and bought some to try out this time, and I got the Torx bits there. Anyway, I bought one of those cheap drivers, the 1/4 inch, last week from Menards. It's just like their house brand, and it really ticked me off because the house brand was still like $3 or maybe even $4, and I put it on the first gutter hanger there with the impact, and it just stripped out right away. Sucker's round inside now. I couldn't even use it on anymore, so I had one more on me at least, so I was able to get that. But I thought this kit was a good deal with the extension there. The other one had drill bits. I don't see the use for that. Ones to go on the impact, I already have drill bits. I really wanted that, so I went for this one. I think it was a good deal. Alright, let's get going. So I got 1x6s for the fascia, and theirs were 5.5 inches, so I'm gonna rip them all down here to 5.5 inches, and then take them to the site. It's a little Delta table saw, and then take them to site. I got Delta miter saw. These are both my dad's, but I have that one on site to cut them to length. Okay, I'm the dumb one. The 1x6s are 5.5 inch. For some reason I was thinking their actual size would be 5 3/4. I guess I was thinking of a stud, but yeah, 5.5, so I don't need to cut them. So we're gonna pick up this saw and get going before it gets dark. So in case I can't talk while I'm working on this job, the reason the fascia is all rotted is because the roof failed and the shingles were installed. There wasn't an overhang over the drip edge. They're actually a 1/2 inch back from the drip edge on a lot of it, and so the water was coming off the shingle onto that drip edge and then running, just having enough to run back up under the shingle to the lip of the drip edge, where it was then leaking underneath the drip edge, so then on the tar paper and the sheathing. So it's going under there. This house has been redone with vinyl siding and then the tin or aluminum trim. So the fascia was all covered with that tin, and then the soffit is covered with the vinyl. So it was coming back under that drip edge but behind the tin, and so getting all of the fascia boards wet, and then in part of it getting a lot of the soffit wet. So I think I'll have to patch in a piece of the soffit, not much. I'm gonna have to patch some of the trusses right there where the soffit's rotten to have something to screw to. And then we're replacing the whole fascia. That way we could look back in behind there. And also they're just 1-bys, so I don't know. It's like $20 to replace all that, so not much. And I can't do much about the roof unless we redid the roof, so I'll be putting tar right under the edge of the lip of the roof to the drip edge to seal up right there so no water can run back in there. So that's the deal. I'm about there now. So we'll just have to see how much daylight we got, but I can at least drop all my materials off here and start again in the morning. So first I'll start with putting the tar between that lip of the shingles and the drip edge. So my caulking gun, and then I always use this tar in the caulk tube. It comes out, you know, get it warmed up and it comes out good. Works real good. It's what we use when we do any roofs or repairs, and then on any of the vents or anything. So that's what I'm using. So before I go, my battery died. Let's talk fast here. Drip edge not covered by the roof. You can see there. Put tar just back in this line, probably about 1 inch in. Good squeeze out. It's gonna keep the rain from hitting that drip guard edge, going back up and then back in, which is what it was doing. It rotted out the fascia on all of it, and right here it rotted out the soffit pretty decent, and the trusses. There you go. Got 2 of them like that, and the Other two are okay. So I'll put some trusses up in here next to those, and we'll have to run off of that. I'm gonna cut this one by, the seam is here. I'll cut it down 6 feet to that next good one and cut it 4 inches in, so we can just put a 1x4 in there, splice it in, and then all that nails to this soffit is the vinyl soffit. So go back in about like that, just to give us something good to nail this soffit to. And then we'll have good trusses coming out to here again to screw all new fascia onto, and then new gutters. All right, get back at it in the morning. So here's that driver kit. It folds up real small, pretty good. You can throw that in your side of your door. And then all these little compartments flip up, so you can pull those bits out, put them back in. And then the reason I like this, like I said, was for the extension, and then because of these 1/4 inch and 5/16, so I'll keep those in my bag. For the gutters here, should be yeah, 1/4 inch for the gutter screws, and I guess 1/4 inch for the hangers as well. And then number 2 Phillips and the T25. So I'll keep these 2 nut runners in my bag, and then a T25 and a Phillips. So I'll probably mainly use that. Then I can switch between the 2, otherwise I'll just use one of these ones. And I can also run those with the extension if I need to.